Okay. So now after going through Mount Nibble, we're just right next to Midgar.
Oh.
Found mystery! Hooray!
Yeah.
Woohoo! Yes, I had to deal with something behind the scenes, so I'm back now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, just right next to Midgar is just this tiny little village, which I think is supposed to be Nibelheim. Close.
Garth, Garthier. I don't know how to.
Agarthier.
Agathier. Okay.
I
Yeah. So we're now just in the. So yeah.
Unless I'm wrong, I think this town only continue the whole. There's something weird going on with the Baham.
Yeah.
That's the only reason this town exists.
Well, then also, of course, there's the mini. I believe there's at least like one side quest here, but yep, there is right over there.
Mhm.
And just like some random little codex bits, but yeah, this town is pretty well useless. You come back for one intervention quest later on, but that's for one of the boss. That's actually for one of the major bosses of the game. So that's yeah. This town is pretty well useless. It's definitely not like Charlotta's cabin.
Mhm.
Yeah, nothing really happens. Yeah, I could have easily cutted all of this out, but
Might as well keep it.
completeness sake, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. I believe this one is just go kill 5. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, you just gotta give him a specific mirage. Sorry, you have to show him a specific mirage. No, you have to defeat 3 cactars. I was right the first try. The way he was the way he was describing it, I
We have
thought.
to murder
Hmm?
some cactus,
Of course.
which I don't think we even meet until the next dungeon after the next dungeon after the next dungeon. So
Wow.
The closest cactar you could probably go fight is like Cactar Johnny over in the Colosseum. Which is just the cactar conductor but with a red hat.
I don't think Cactor Johnny counts towards it because I'm pretty sure I do fight Cactor Johnny's as part of the next Colosseum video, and I don't think it counts.
I
think
don't
it has
think it does.
proper Cactor.
Yeah, I think the next time we go, we have access to cactars is, I think in the dungeon where we meet another not in the desert because that's where cactars hide, but in the desert before we get to Castle Figaro.
Okay, unless I'm wrong, now we're going to Nibelheim Twinned with Midgar, as I like to call it.
Yeah. This it's just kind of weird seeing this giant chibi industrial city after going through Mount Nibble. And also, you just get a random smelling salt.
Okay, so
That is not Nibelheim.
That's what I'm saying. It's Nibelheim Twinned with Midgar.
That's straight up Midgar.
I'm sorry to say this, but that looks strictly almost one for one like stinking
That's
Wolf from 7.
No, this is straight up Midgar from Final Fantasy VII mixed with Nibelheim from Final Fantasy VII.
That still makes no sense.
But yeah, yeah, that's not Nibelheim. That's just like that's Nibelheim with the industrial when it got industrialized. That ain't the Nibelheim in 7.
This is like Nibelheim if it somehow got smushed with Mid.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just like, and it's just weird because you see because that's the Mako reactor behind Nibelheim. You know, not on top of a mountain, away from people where reactors usually go.
Yeah.
It's just weird just to see the fact that Nibelheim looks awfully like Midgar, just straight up.
It does, unfortunately.
accidentally
well.
saved a couple of bad apples from the Bahamut army.
It's weird. Why does everybody keep thinking that we're Bahamutian soldiers?
I don't know. I guess they don't see many Mirage Keepers.
Also, I don't know if we use that monocle that
Yeah.
that Lon was using earlier. I don't think we actually use that anymore after this.
They
Not
seem to
sure,
belong to
honestly.
Bahamut. I guess it makes sense in a way. They say the Federation conquered their homeland long ago.
Dude.
Still, the prophecy's a hot topic around Nibelheim. Everyone in town has heard of the giants from the hills.
I'm not sure I like celebrity.
Yeah, the celebrity
Anyway,
thing. Yeah, you know,
So you're looking for
that's
the Valley of
irony.
Fire?
Unfortunately, that's the only real clue that we've
Oh.
got.
Well, I mean, when you know this plot, you kind of know a few too many things about
What do you mean?
what's happened before the story began.
Be careful, Kaz.
Yeah,
I
I know.
explained last part.
I know.
you're doing things because you're further on in the game now, but
Oh, way further on.
you have
I'm
to wait.
I'm beyond postscript at this point. It is so tempting to just really get into the spoiler talk because but yeah, it's too tempting, but I got to keep the mouth shut.
Good. Keep it shut.
Um, yeah, so for now though, we're just kind of actually wait, what are we? That's right. We got
So
to get
now-
into the Valley of
so now-
Fire.
So now we're moving to from Final Fantasy 7 to Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Adult Radia.
Yeah, that's us. Hello there. I am the summoner.
She is so cute.
Mm-hmm. This is I like how they used Rydia's adult version.
Something here is not right. Something about you.
Hey, you know, the way that Mirage follows you.
And of course, because she's a summoner, she got her Mist Dragon hanging out, which I believe we can get as a Mirage. I may be wrong about that one.
Really a lot of help to us.
Mm-hmm.
We might not even be right here if Yuna hadn't pointed us in the
Trying
right
to
direction.
remember. Here, I'm just gonna look this up. Might as well.
Well then, I suppose you can't be all that bad.
If anything, I hope they don't use the second part of
You hear that?
4.
These two say
I
they're
think
friends of Lady Yuna.
What?
That means you can trust
there was like
them.
another game that's tied to the
The
Final
After
Fantasy
Years?
4. Yeah.
We don't talk about the after year.
Well, the After Years is just a waste of
So let me
time.
get this straight. You're searching for the
Right,
four
which is
keys
why
that
I want to get
fulfill the
a
prophecy?
get the remake version of 4, like probably on my phone or my tablet and play that.
I mean, the fact of that there is a character in here, they straight up there's a character that's straight from Final Fantasy VII, Dirge of Cerberus. I don't really throw anything off the table.
Yes. There
Yeah.
used to be a single prophecy,
Although I never played the game.
Azure prophecy.
Well, then you must say you should then you probably should know what the character is at the very least because it's in this game.
This is no business of yours.
Only the Crimson
All right.
prophecy is gospel.
Are you a summoner?
No, don't talk about the
Here's
Crystal
a
Tower.
local cult.
Yeah, just the local cult talking about the Crystal Tower.
Prophecy is clear. Flanked by mirages, the chosen ones shall acquire 4 keys.
From the Crystal Tower, they shall mount.
Which, by the way, this Crystal Tower does not lead to a cloud of darkness.
To look for the signs.
Nope.
The keys shall be found.
So do
Though I'm surprised that cloud of darkness isn't in this, but well, all right, oh well.
I wish she was though.
All you hear these days is that nonsense. Yeah, no kidding. At least they're not breaking any
I mean,
laws or getting violent, but it's still creepy.
What do those fools know anyway? The Azure prophecy was written by the first summoner. It's the Crimson prophecy that came later.
This is
It's nothing but a sham.
Still,
yeah. So nothing like just having the local cult just explain to you how to get to the Crystal Tower,
So,
because
that's why
there's literally nothing else in no one else in the game tells you how to get to the Crystal Tower.
like the prophecy
I mean,
Just the local cult.
that's pure RPG thing a little bit.
Okay.
If you think about it.
Mist Dragon is obtainable. Mist Dragon is an obtainable prism.
for the Herald's castle to find
Yay!
If you really
But yeah,
want the giant
so nothing like having having that like again, it's just the fact of like instead of it being like Anna Crow or someone trying to tell you about the Crystal Tower, it's just the cult.
Well, whatever the case, it seems the only way to prove which prophecy is true is to accompany the two of you to the Valley of Fire. In a way, you'd be accompanying me and doing me a
Oh, wow.
favor.
What do you mean?
Oh, never you mind. So, are we ready? Are we ready? We don't even know which
Well, I
valley
mean,
we
aren't we
go
go?
to.
Oh, aren't you?
I've already figured
Let's say
it
you're
out.
trying to get into the Valley of Fire,
The
which
valleys of Babel are not
is like
just
right
the
next
valley.
door to
What we're
Nibelgard.
looking for is Valley
Yeah.
7.
Like the entrance is just right there. Oh, hey, another quest.
Now you're forgetting entire names?
And wait, that's right. You can't move, can you?
I don't know what.
Best guess is accidental detonator.
How.exe has shut down.
Mm-hmm. Some dead air.
Okay, I really should have cut some of this. I hate it when I see stuff that I should have cut it out.
I'm more impressed with how long it took you to get back into this. It's been like 30 seconds now.
No kidding.
So, how's everyone's day?
Not terrible.
Oh, sleepless nights, stuff like that. I just had me a bagel.
I'm pretty much doing this and then doing some other stuff. I'm doing some other stuff around the apartment, but that's about it.
Mhm.
Well, this is there. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh,
To
I don't know what happened there.
be fair, I've had
Banter later.
don't worry, I've had problems of completely forgetting that I'm recording something while playing. Recording something, so I'll just pause. I'll just do my usual thing of pausing the game for like 20 minutes and then completely forgetting that I was recording something.
I smell an extra episode coming along where I cut out that whole bit and then just put it as an extra video.
Yeah. Also,
Like I did with early episode.
oh yeah. Also, the fact that now Riddy is just joining you.
Is she gonna be like the healer for this dungeon?
I don't think she heals. I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong about that, but I don't.
I'm pretty sure she's a black man.
I think she just casts random spells mid combat. She's definitely not like Refia.
Mm-hmm.
I think my fur is the melting. Valley of Fire, you are way.
That's a lot of.
So I will say this for this area.
Huh.
This area was very easy to cut out fights for because you know what you fight about 90% of the time in this bloody play.
Is it bombs?
Bombs.
Many bombs.
Just a lot of bombs.
Also, the fact of that Rydia still has PTSD from her childhood. That she still has that lingering fear of fire.
About them melting.
Even though, even in the plot of 4, she still gets over it pretty quickly by casting fire and just destroying all the ice that was stopping them.
Yeah.
One wrong step, and we're finished.
Bombs.
Oh wow.
I've got this.
What, they resisted that? That
What?
makes no sense.
Well, he's about to fire a fire beam at a bomb. Still dead. I think they actually have a weakness to water, not fire.
Yeah, they do.
I think Hal's own reality was shattered at that moment because he was just about to cast Blizzara again.
was going to go, God damn it, was this going to be a second dungeon in a row where I could just steamroll all these guys with Shiva? But no, alas not. It
Sadly,
was not to be.
Which, by the way, I love that detail. That I just noticed this detail of Shiva holding up Rain.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, you got an extra large?
Oh yeah. He got a Cerberus last part.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
I think I'll be showing them more this part at some point.
Now for the fun part.
Put effort on. Come on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, he even carries. Oh, that's great. He's just holding a little holding a little cockatrice in his hand.
That's adorable.
And I just realized that I feel like Hal was making a slight joke there, but I'll explain that. I'll explain the joke after this part's over.
Me too.
I say. All right.
I hate that you have to like go all the way around.
That's just the dungeon layouts for a good 90% of these dungeons, and I see you're about. Wait, why are you viewing the world map? Oh, did you?
No, I don't know why I'm.
Probably
Yeah,
messed up.
I was trying to figure out because this place is kind of a mess layout wise.
Again, you already know my thoughts on other dungeons. Ifrit. The fact that you can...
That's combo.
Which, by the way, I actually don't know. I don't know, because in the last part I was telling you how about Ramuel. I don't know if the other, if Ifrit and Shiva also have those weird, those really weird pseudo joke forms. I don't know because I only discovered Ramuel by complete accident.
They do have the four forms because it's mentioned about them in a later part, I think.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, I
didn't realise. I haven't came across the Rama one yet, so I never realised it was a cat girl.
Yeah. Well, you don't actually get access to Ramuel until way later in the game. Like, I only discovered Ramuel in like chapter 21.
Dang.
Which is endgame, right? Which is basically pseudo endgame. I only say pseudo endgame because there really isn't much of a point. Like, I can say this now: there really is only one true point of no return in World of Final Fantasy.
Okay.
And that is the final boss, and that's it.
Yeah, I hate that final boss.
Everything else is pretty well, like, you can pretty easily go back, and also the fact of, when you game over, you go back to your last save file anyways, but the fact is, there's only one major point of no return, at least from what I remembered. I say this as I just beat this game last week, so I should remember this kind of stuff.
I left that fight and point out that I'm using Ifrit now instead of Shiva.
Well, yeah, because now because for some weird reason, bombs have a resistance to ice. But then again, I remember in 9, there was no water element, besides, I think, Aqua.
Mm-hmm.
Let me actually...
Like we didn't... Sorry.
Oh, no,
it's just, like...
Yeah, finish your thing.
Well, it's like, we didn't get... Go ahead.
No,
it was just...
Go ahead.
I can't.
Just go.
For the life of me. We didn't get water spells until flipping Kingdom Hearts 3 in the Kingdom Hearts series, so it makes sense.
Well, I mean, we've had water spells off and on for the entirety of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I believe there was water in Final Fantasy 1. I don't remember 2 at all. 3, I don't remember. 4, I think had Aqua, and that was about it. 5, I don't remember. 6, I believe another form. I think 6 had Aqua Breath. 7 had Aqua Lung as an enemy skill materia. 8 did have water. 9 had Aqua again for an enemy skill, if I'm remembering right. 10 had the entire water element to add in like a quartet of elementals. It's weird to describe it, but and then 11 I think also had water, and 12 does have water. Basically, water is a very off and on spell in the entire series, and World of Final Fantasy just so happens to be one of those that has water. Though I never really actually used a Mirage with water. I just used I mostly just used spell stones and elemental items to substitute my lack of water.
That makes sense.
Also, this dungeon.
I didn't like this area.
I don't know. This is one of those areas.
Full of dead ends.
Dead ends and bombs.
Dead ends, bomb. I call this little guy Pac. Guess why?
Pac-Man.
Why?
Because he looks like Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
I think the bomb is actually the laziest designed prism in the entire game, because the big bomb is literally, it's just like, it just is a bomb in 3 sizes. Also, yeah, this is the dungeon where it's recommended to have a Mirage with the ability to destroy boulders.
You should also have one that has chill as well for some extra areas, but I don't have one that has chill.
Hold on, let me...
If I do have one, it's instead of boat.
Oh yeah, how, by the way, if you do remember, in the post, insert a picture of Ramul, so that, to let the rest of the world see what that 4th form is.
No, I'll make it the thumbnail for Top 15.
Alright.
Watch out! These things could explode any moment.
Let me see if I can pull up... I'm actually trying to pull up my Mirage list to see what the other alternate forms are, if I have them. Because I don't think I have them. That's the problem.
Hellfire!
That's one way to get him.
This is the end.
This is the end.
Okay, so I guess from what I'm understanding, the mirages of Ifrit and Shiva and Ramu you can get from the Colosseum, don't actually transfigure. Like,
Oh yeah, I should point out there because it just appeared there, but Kaz has unlocked one of his best skills, Thunderclap.
oh, Thunderclap?
Yep.
Awesome.
50% chance to hit all enemies with powerful thunder damage. There's a 50% chance it can miss all of them but still hit one of them. It's a good spell.
Yeah. And again, we get to see more of Rydia's PTSD of this. Okay, so from what I just looked at with my own Mirage setups, the Shiva you get from the Colosseum can't be transfigured because it's a Shiva that belongs to the story.
Why'd you come to a place like this?
Okay.
Compared to getting the baby versions of all 3 of those, all 3 people.
But I couldn't do it. The mere sight of so much fire. It was...
Well, I'd say you did pretty great.
Yeah, I mean, that fire mirage? You doused it in one fell swoop.
Right? You've got nothing to be scared of. Fire got you down? All you gotta do then is just blow it out.
What is with that line? That is so corny.
That's your sage advice? She's not struggling with the fear of birthday cake.
Well, I mean, technically speaking, she did just use Mist Dragon to blow away that bomb.
Oh,
Right.
this. Maybe
Which,
you need to find a cheer her up.
Which, by the way, the big bomb I was talking about, it transfigures into a king bomb, which is just a big bomb. That's all it is. It's just, that's what the bomb evolution is. It's just 3 bombs, all of varying sizes, and they look exactly the same.
You're way past
Yeah.
completely beyond
Spoiler, the big bomb is just basically the boss of this area.
Yep.
Shall we?
Gotta love it.
Be-
But Rydia,
Because this bloody area is nothing but bombs, and it's frustrating when you're trying to show some battles off.
And then it's all
When it's
bombs.
all bombs.
look,
All
I'll return to Nibelheim
bombs.
after I put the fire out for you. Sound reasonable?
Yeah,
Reasonlicious?
You
What?
sure? Yes.
It
Come on.
the dialogue is weird, which by the way, a lot of this is also in the Japanese version too. It just sounds weird when said, but when with the English dub of this.
Yeah.
Long way.
Where are you going, Pascal? Where are you going, Pascal?
I think he tried to go backwards.
It's not my fault this area is very confused.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
At least you're getting some items out of this, which are completely useless for this area, because they just straight up give you a bomb fragment.
dude, it's on.
Oh, something that isn't a bomb.
Yeah, they're. I believe those are mithril gnomes, and I see a little black knack on top of the mithril gnomes. Nope, they're
Oh.
lead gnomes. You can get a mithril gnome, but these are lead gnomes. Aw, thunderclap failed. At least it's still. I do like that it still hits someone even if it fails.
Yeah.
I am telling you, Kazan is getting more and more powerful with each and every part.
This is. I'm just impressed on how.
It's
I'm gonna say this.
It's scary. I didn't realise that particular Mirage was going to be that powerful.
I wasn't expecting it either because I do remember I was the one who gave you the advice to capture it on how to get a Prism Tunity out of him, and now I actually never used it. I just caught it because it was just out and about, so I caught one, and I never used it after capturing it, and now that I've seen it, it's
Makes you regret not using it.
yeah. Honestly, I may just toss it into one of my stack setups for the EX dungeons if I really wanted to.
I would see that in like 5 seconds.
Oh, another thing, I guess, where I'm still learning stuff about the Maxima version of this game. There actually is another super boss in the post game of World of Final Fantasy Maxima, but I'm not going to mention what it is because it actually is a pretty big spoiler.
Is it?
Yeah.
There are actually several Well, there's one super boss that I know Hal and I were like, But
I never really did the super bosses of the original because I was already burned out from like the flipping final boss of the original because it's like I hated him.
I struggled more with the near end game bosses than I did the final boss.
I did too, but still like.
But that's also because I discovered the power that is gravity.
Aye, the power of gravity.
Gravity breaks games like this. But then again, I have to break the game, or else I'd literally make no progress to the end.
I didn't break the game and yet I made progress for some odd flipping reason.
Yeah, but when I'm only doing double-digit damage in chapter 20, I kind of need to make up for that only 2-digit damage.
And the heroes are behemoth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then, dude, Behemoth. Behemoth's next evolution is a fucking XL Mirage, and it is disturbing.
I bet.
Dude, Behemonster is amazing.
Yeah. It definitely is.
Stand back while I handle this.
Oh fuck! I was like, fuck this, I'm going to use Cerebrus. Nope, can't, don't have the magic shit.
Well darn.
I've looked up a quick thing. How earlier we were talking about the difference between English dubs and Japanese VAs with a lot of games, or at least when Hal and I mentioned Persona 4. Tama actually also has a form of the tick she does with saying the in every sentence, but instead of it being her saying the, she says nano des at the end of every
Nano des?
sentence. Yes.
Nano des. Nano des. Nano des.
That
is gotta be annoying.
But yeah, she says that instead of saying the every other word.
What is nano des the in Japanese or no?
I don't know. I'm not fluent in it, so I mean, I just.
Yeah, me neither.
Hold on a sec.
I've got this.
This fight was actually harder than the final boss visit.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, because at least in that fight he's just dealing with a big bomb. In this, he has to deal with a behemoth.
A behemoth which counters you almost every hit.
Mm-hmm. Heavy counter is definitely not fun.
No, I would not doubt it.
Nano des means it is in Japanese.
It is?
It is.
That's gotta be annoying.
Predictable.
It is.
Or at least that's what Google Translate's giving me. That I'd rather not have to go read through a Japanese to English translation book.
Was it worth it, Dave? Was it worth it?
I don't know. I actually was just more curious on what Tama actually did. Also, this is yeah. It's kind of recommended to have a Mirage with freeze, which Shiva
Let
doesn't
Jake go
learn.
hot.
That is stupid.
Shiva straight up cannot learn freeze.
Alrighty.
Why?
I don't know. I am just as confused about it.
That's stupid. That makes no sense.
I think honestly, honestly. Oh crap! You don't have access to Quancho yet because you're not in the. No, you do. You do in the ice dungeon, the penguins. But you'd have to backtrack all the way back to the penguins.
Oh, what the close?
Or yeah, just ignore it. Because the only thing on the left there is a Merc Rift, which I think they leave. Which I think after that Merc Rift, you can fight a Phoenix in this dungeon.
Dang.
Yeah, I have fought it, and well, I had to fight it because there's another. So there's another DLC. Another DLC Mirage, which is basically a Phoenix that you can catch, but it's a slightly different Phoenix called Iris, which Which, by the way, Phoenix is really, really good because it's one of the only Mirages to just normally learn light magic, which there are only Banish Ra is very what's the word subjective. It only works in certain situations, but when you need it in those situations, Banish or Banish Ra are amazing.
And that is why Kazan is awesome.
Thunderclap is a beautiful thing.
Thunderclap.
As. Oh god, as.
I really wish I would have used it, but I just thought because I usually tend to stick with Mirages that have transfigurations, because that's actually another big thing too with Mirage boards. You want to have Mirages with you want to have Mirages with multiple transfigurations, because that means all the stat boosts you get from multiple Mirage boards go into the stats of that Mirage. So even if Black Choco Chick isn't getting everything that Hyperion has, you can still get the stat bonuses from everything. So like, if you give Black Choco Chick, say, Strength triple plus, it'll if you give that Mirage, the Master Mirage board, Strength triple plus, Black Choco Chick will still get the Strength boost from it.
I'm fine. I just got a little worked
this game puts a lot of heavy emphasis on transfigurable Mirages compared to just like basic Mirages.
I hate to leave.
Nah, you've done plenty for us.
See you the next Tama.
Hey, wait. When's the next Tama?
Oh, maybe it's the sometime tomorrow.
I hate you.
Their brains are fried.
Yep.
Safe travels, Rydia.
Let them enjoy
Thanks
themselves.
for everything.
Yep.
No, thank you. Well, so long. Okay, let's press on.
Right. We've got to keep
Time to press on. Oh, fun.
On your adventure.
You're coming too, Tama. Nice try.
Goodness.
And of course, wait, is it a new Mirage? What is?
I've got this.
Oh, it's a fire baby mantoys.
Yeah, to imprison them, you need to hit them with fire.
Yeah, flame mantoys. It's like with the flame. Could have just used fire beam, but that's not it. But that would still nuke that baby mantoys if you used it.
Yeah.
I don't want to nuke the baby.
Don't nuke the baby
No.
toys.
Look at that, nearly a 700 crit.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that was. Again, this damage combo you got. Wait. It claims it can breathe fire underwater, but chances are it's still. Again, the flavor text is always good.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Raphael. Oh, why'd you put it? Why was it? You put an asterisk next to Raphael.
I don't think you meant
That-
to.
That was an accident, yeah. Okay, who's going bye-bye? I have this horrible feeling that Kazan and Nail are going to be there for the entirety of the game. I don't think I'm ever going to replace.
I'm more interested to see how far this is gonna go with Nero and Kazan.
I really don't know about this place.
Or more interested to see what kind of stuff these two are gonna do.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Think it's about time for a boss.
Finally. And what kind of boss? What kind of boss in a fire mountain full of bombs with? It's got to be a bomb. It's got to be the big bomb. And of course, it had to eat the key too. Yeah. So yeah, this bomb pretty much works like every other bomb in the game. It's weak to water. It's resistant to fire. Resistance to fire and ice, and it's unprismable because it's a boss fight.
Maybe he'll cough it up if we thump him on the back.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, then do it.
Okay. Wait, where is its back?
Where is
Seriously?
it?
Come to me, Vanny.
All right. Let's see Cerberus in action. Let's hope you like. I'm kind of half hoping that you forgot to like add abilities on his Mirage board, and so it'd just be a waste of time. Yeah. So this is a XL Mirage. Now based on which one you have, because I have based on which XL Mirage you have. There are some XL Mirages that have ridiculously expensive AP, and that's actually one thing that I think they did mention is once the AP on the Mega Mirage goes out, it disappears.
That's
I believe it's what happens because that may be wrong though because a lot of the problem because one of the things was in late game of World, I hadn't had any actual XL Mirages, and I was trying to level one up, and I basically had to use him for cannon fodder, basically, to survive a hit. And it turns out that boss did a little bit more damage than I thought it was going to do.
then I remember myself. That's right. I have a champion who uses water.
Yeah, you just so happen to have Balthier.
Mind if I drop in? Just sit tight.
Funnily enough, my Final Fantasy XIV character Haley is now rocking that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That'll do.
That's awesome.
Thanks to a lucky drop at the monastery.
Nice.
No kidding.
And now you're hearing now you're trying to use some of trying to actually use some items, or it looks like you're trying to.
I was about to, and then I remembered I kind of need some of those higher level skills for a quest, so I'm using the small.
Yeah. Also, you don't want to waste those spell stones. Those things, with neutral damage alone, they do 3,000 damage no matter if it's neutral damage. So I think it's like 2275. I think the lowest it goes is like 2275 because of resistances, but with a weakness, it can go up to like several thousand. Or it can go up to I think 8,000.
8,000, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're...
Yep, I'm being a bitch now.
Yeah. Oh, Thunderclap failed. It still hits him, but it still sucks when it fails.
Not much.
And then he's trying to use Fira on Ifrit.
Not a smart idea.
Mm-mm.
Punching a bomb also not a smart idea.
Nah. Yeah, again, it's just another one of the examples of one of those bosses that's just, well, once you got it, it's good.
Way too much hell.
Too much health and too long of a fight.
Agreed.
This'll do.
And
It does this.
Hmm.
Cheap bastard.
Yeah, it's like a boss from Final Fantasy V.
Trouble at all.
Oh, right!
Unfortunately, that means some of my team doesn't get any XP for that.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
All but one, I think. Oh no, wait, all but like, I think half your team it was just down.
Check it out. Dude, it's just like the prophecy
And
said.
Kazan, I would like to advise maybe put the music up a teeny wee bit.
Aight.
No, it's not that at all. I just...
Key of Flames, of course. Ooh, pretty flame.
I am so happy with what I did.
God damn it, Hal. Fucking. Fucking JoJo. Fucking you and your JoJo's references. Oh, hey, Leviathan. Good to see you out of nowhere.
Yep. And an animation too.
Damn it, Hal. Okay, next part is when one of my favorite moments of this, one of my favorite game moments comes up.
Yep.
But yeah, for now, it's just Tritalk, and she has radio. You didn't even add like the little to be continued stamp next to just flies to the left. I'll be the roundabout.
I gotta be the roundabout.